Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going well. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I am super excited I get to share with you one of the brand new products over the Simon Says Stamp Shop. This is part of their Sunny Days Ahead release that just released today, so I encourage you guys to check it out and I'll leave a link down below. But the product I'm playing with today is a die set perfect for graduation. It's created by CC Designs, and it creates a real fun layerable graduation hat. So that's what we're making today. This is a two-piece die set. One will create a background and then the other one will create layerable pieces. So I'm going to actually die cut out these with gold KRAFT cardstock and then also red cardstock, and I'm going to create a panel with that same gold. I'm using the metallic KRAFT cardstock from Holtz, and I'll link that down below, but it's like a muted real pale gold. Once everything's die cut, the panel that I created with the gold cardstock measures 3.5 inches by 4 3/4, and then I have also a white panel that we're going to stamp our sentiment on, and then that measures 3 inches by 4 1/4. So these three pieces are super easy to layer, and you could go with your school colors if you'd like. Black's traditional, but I thought we would go a little bit bold or regal with the red and gold, and so you could either glue them down or I'm popping them up with foam adhesive for a little added dimension. But it's super easy graduation hat. Just going to add a foam square behind that, so that one's ready to go. Now we're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment. I chose a sentiment stamp set. Well, it's not a sentiment stamp set, but it's a stamp set from a past card kit. It's available separately, but it's called Amazing, and I really like that the sentiment says, "So very proud of you." So we're going to stamp that. We're going to bring in our Misty since it is a pretty large sentiment, and I'm going to stamp it with my VersaFine Onyx Black ink. And I think 2 times will do it. It's nice and bold, and I thought it would be perfect for graduation. Okay, we'll put our Misty aside, and then we're going to, this is our cap, and I thought it was just needed something else, and especially these days when there's probably, well, I know for a fact that there's not very many graduations going on. So I thought we'd make a little diploma, since won't be handing it out. At least you get one on a card. How about that? They're easy to make. I've made them before. I'm just taking some printer paper. It's about a 2-inch strip of printer paper. I'm going to actually trim it down just a hair, and then I'm just rolling it up. I use my pencil as a starter, and then kind of curling the edges, and then we have a little diploma. Easy peasy. I'm going to bring in some embroidery floss. This is gold embroidery floss. I like to just loop it and then take the ends, which I need to trim down because they frayed a little bit, and then I'll take the ends and just go through the loop and then tighten it up, and then take each one of the ends and I can tie my bow. Just makes it easier. If you need an extra hand, for me that is a lot easier doing it that way. So I tied a small bow, and we have our little diploma, and I think it goes perfect with our little cap. I'm going to go ahead and add foam adhesive behind my diploma, and then remove the release paper off of my cap and tack those down right above our sentiment. So that's ready to go. Pretty easy peasy. Okay, I thought we would just mat it on our gold background panel, but it was a little too boring for me. So we're bringing in some black and white striped paper. I'm going to trim down a strip that measures 1 1/4 inches wide, and it's going to go the full length of my card base. This is actually 6 inches, but we're going to trim it down on the top and bottom of our card base. I'm going to add this to the gold cardstock, so we'll just flip it around, add some tape behind here, and I wanted it to be showing on the left side when we added our sentiment. So we're going to just line it up using the grid lines on our mat to keep it straight, which I think didn't help at all because I still got it crooked, but that's okay. I think that's the perfect placement. Now we're going to go ahead and add foam adhesive behind our sentiment. We'll remove the release paper and add that to our gold and stripe panel there. Once we have our sentiment centered, I thought the stripe paper would bring in enough to make it look a little bit stand out-ish, but it wasn't saying so very proud of you. So I'm going to actually bring in some red ink. There is lots of elements in this amazing stamp set, and I chose one that had like a little starburst effect. I just put it on a block, and we're going to stamp a background directly on our card base, which is a standard A2 size card base. I'm using my red ink here, and we're going to just fill in the background. Just stamping here and there, and I thought this just would brighten it up and say, hey, I'm very proud of you for graduating. How about that? I overlapped that one because I wanted that open area to have a little, which you couldn't see anyway, but I was trying to spread out the color. And then the bottom one I didn't stamp all the way, but I think we can get away with our mess ups for this background. I'm going to go ahead and add adhesive behind this panel, center it, make sure all of our mess ups are covered, and then trim off the stripe paper from the top and the bottom. And I think that looks amazing. I think all we need is a little red dot to go in the center of the cap. So I'm bringing in a red pearl and add one to the cap. And then that's my card for today, guys. Pretty simple card, but great for graduations. And I know they probably need them now more than ever, a card in the mail since they can't go out. But if you're interested in the release, I'll leave the entire release down below. Lots of fun items over at the Simon Shop. But thank you so much for joining me. Have a fabulous day. We will see you soon. Bye-bye.